It's the beginning of the football game. Everyone's getting settled in the stadium, and then a song starts to play on the loudspeaker. Song is very easily recognized by most people. The song is the song which I have here, the Star Spangled Banner. Most of us know what the Star Spangled Banner is as soon as we start to hear the music. But for someone who's tone deaf, they actually can't tell what the song is until they hear the words. And tone deafness is what I'd like to talk to you about today. Tone deafness refers to more than not being a good singer. Dictionary.com defines tone deafness as the inability to distinguish differences in pitch in musical sounds. As a former music major, I understand this on a very deep level. Today, I'd like to further define what tone deafness is by sharing how tone deafness is a disorder, how poor singers can commonly incorrectly self-diagnose themselves, and how it's very similar to color blindness. Let's start by defining what tone deafness is. Tone deafness is actually a disorder that is known as amusia. In 2007, Dorland's Illustrated Medical Dictionary defines amusia as a form of auditory agnosia or ignorance in which a person has lost the ability to recognize or produce music. So what this means is that someone who has amusia can't process music due to the lack of white matter or the nerve connections between their frontal and their temporal lobes in their brain. The article Tone Deafness Explained, released by Harvard Business School in 2007, explains it best by stating during their research the white matter of musics was thinner, which suggests a weaker connection in the brain. Many people incorrectly identify themselves as being amusics when they actually are people who are just bad singers. Bad singers have a hard time singing in tune, but they're not tone deaf. In the article Tone Deafness Explained, it further states only 1 in 10 people truly have amusia. To explain this further, I'd like to bring out my guitar. I'm going to simply play 2 notes. Bad singers can tell the difference between the 2 notes that I played, and amusics cannot. The good news is, while amusics don't have the ability to improve their singing, bad singers can improve their singing with just a little bit of work. Let's look also at another disorder that's very similar to tone deafness. Color blindness is actually in the same family of disorders as tone deafness. As Tabor's Medical Dictionary states in 2009, color blindness is a genetic or an acquired abnormality of color perception. So just as in color blindness, people have the inability to perceive the differences in color, the same thing goes with tone deafness, as they have that inability to perceive the differences that are in sound. Both disorders are incorrectly self-diagnosed by a lot of people. As I conclude, by now you should understand what tone deafness actually is. Tone deafness is more than not being a good singer. Tone deafness is actually a disorder known as amusia that is misinterpreted by many people as they self-diagnose themselves, and is also very similar to that of color blindness. As I shared in the beginning, most of you understand the Star Spangled Banner as soon as you hear the sound. Without that, it's safe to say that most people are not tone deaf. We should all be aware of the terms that we use and be considerate of those others with disorders. Thank you.